All right, we are back with the winner. It's the man himself. It's Kurumx. It's the man who gapped the field, didn't even need the bonus points. Now, Kurum, we've got you for a couple minutes. So I wanted to talk first about, kind of the previous sets. You've always been this really consistent player, but interestingly enough, Set 8 was kind of the first time that we didn't actually see you in a final lobby, and then you kind of come out, balls to the wall on the first event of Set 9. Can you talk a little bit about how you feel about your form today than you have in the last set?
Okay, yeah, sure. Okay, so like Set 8, basically like I started out with a dead last, and like I never want to feel that feeling ever again. So like in a way, like it was actually kind of good that I went dead last because like it motivated me to like try harder in like later tournaments. But then so like even after going dead last, I still made regionals. And like honestly, I was really dominant on ladder like all of Set 8, but like I was really like not satisfied with my tourney performance at all. Like throughout the entire and then not making final day regionals also made me sad because regionals is like the only tournament that matters. So like my entire goal in TFT, the only thing I give about is winning worlds. And like to win worlds, you have to make it to worlds, and I did not make it to worlds. So like this set, I'm good. I'm just gonna try my ass off to I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I'm just gonna try my best. I'm just gonna try my absolute best to make it to Worlds.
$160 players entered and 8 remain. We are back. It's Game 7 of Day 4 of the Freljord Cup. Cass and Crowan back on the mic. Cass, I feel like we've talked about a lot of players this weekend. Someone we mentioned just before the break is someone who I feel like has kind of been a little bit more quiet on the weekend and suddenly kind of pulled up at the very end. It's Kurumx.
Yeah, I mean, Kurum has been fantastic since pretty much just the start of TFT, right? I mean, you see, his little player card pops up in the middle. He's won a regional in the past as well. This is someone who's very, very strong. And yeah, we haven't talked about him much, but it does feel like every lobby we see him and is like, oh yeah, Kurum's in the top 4 again. Kurum's in the top 4 again. It's great to see, even though we've been focusing on, players like Vanilla for their top 4 ability so far in this tournament. And yes, Vanilla's still, top 2 right behind Kurum, but Kurum having the most commanding position going into this final game.
Yeah, I actually want to say another little point on Kurum as well. This is a huge kind of opposite of what happened at the beginning of Set 8. Kurum went dead last in Day 3. He went 64 to 64 and then was like, all right, that's not acceptable. I really need to improve, and did a lot of improving after that. But coming out as strong as he is already in Set 9, being in the final 8, I think that speaks volumes, that Kurum's preparation, his hard work ethic, and he's been in there for a while, but still recognizes, yeah, he wasn't quite at the top where he wanted to be, but now he's back.
There are very few players in TFT history who can actually say that they've won multiple events in a North American circuit. Actually, Kyvix being one of the very few players in that in that guard, and it would be, I think, a huge notch in the belt of Kurumx to be able to say that, yeah, I can win regionals, but I wasn't just good in Set 4. I'm good in Set 9. I'm good today, right? And I think there's something to be said about that storyline, and how poetic is it that he's up against some of these up-and-comers that we've seen with Vanilla XD. I'm Jack, Phoenix and alongside those, Cass are the Titans of old, right? The DQAs, the Milks. This is an insane final lobby.
This lobby is amazing, right? Dish Soap, DQA, Kurum, Robin, Milk are people that we have said over and over and over again in many tournaments. But Jack was coming up very strong here with the study group he was in. Vanilla, also the lab study group, right? And then Phoenix, coming in, he was 33rd, so he didn't quite get to skip the first weekend, but he dominated everybody in that first weekend. The only person that pretty much outperformed him was Emily Wang. He comes in and he's
it has to be
such fantastic TFT.
All right, well, I've got nothing left to say. This is it. Final game, Game 7, Day 4 the Freljord Cup. Cass, Crowan, take it away.
Like Living Fortune's good enough, and I don't like Unstable. Actually, I do like Unstable. I lied. It's the other one I don't like, the Hex. The Hexes. I do like Unstable. I think this one's fine.
It looks like it's just Scuttle or Unstable Rift. And we get another Scuttle Puddle. We've been watching nothing but Scuttle Puddle for this back half of this entire day.
Yeah, we have Scuttle is going to mean there's a lot of extra resources for all these players, but not everyone's going to be happy about that. There were 3 players that were not on Scuttle, notably Dish Soap. Dish Soap holds the opinion that if it's just your standard normal game of TFT, he's going to gap everybody, right? But if it's not your standard game and everybody has those extra resources and they can high roll a lot more because there's more variance.
Bro, Malzahar, what are you
that's
doing,
when
bro?
Things can really go up in the air. But I'm excited to see who's going to be able to high roll their way, or maybe even just have some good old-fashioned good TFT.
I'm sorry. Every time I watch Scuttle and just watch like a Malzahar try and deal with this board, I can't help but laugh. It's so stupid. It looks so dumb. This guy can't hit anything. It's so
Watching
bad.
Aurelia too. Aurelia charges up her ability and just misses. It's
Oh yeah, it's like watching a Cho'Gath try and run these down and he's just like failing to even auto attack. Like, oh god, the early stage Scuttles are so dumb to watch unless you have a range unit.
Zed was one of the priority early game units that was dropped for Kurum there. Maokai can do it. All right, look at him go. He's gonna. Oh, he's waiting.
He's
Okay.
trying his best.
Boom, an ability doesn't even kill the Scuttle. All right, couple more.
Those are not Zed items.
Boom, one down. Go,
Oh, sir.
Dude, oh my god. All right. Anyway, sorry.
is
The
painful.
Legends, Krun. By the way, just taking a quick look. Everyone's Ornn except for Milk, who is playing Lee Sin, and then Vanilla is on Poro. So Lee Sin, we gotta watch for Milk if he decides to go for Kale. We're not gonna talk about his previous Kale games, but Milk also can go other things with the Lee Sin, even just trade.
But I mean, you have to call Zed just in case, you know.
Yeah, that's
Like just in case you get the angle. Like just in case, like it just dropped me a fucking IE.
Tried to play Kale.
But probably not playing Zed after those
In a
drops.
spot where he could have very easily pivoted out, but said, "Nah, I'm okay. I'm gonna play Kale. I'm gonna play contested and still just hit." He did not just hit.
Oh wait,
He went 8th.
the fucking
But
sword.
now being the only Lee Sin
Like
player,
Cho'Gath
I
can't
think,
even
though,
eat.
having that 8th place experience in the tournament is going to be really valuable because he's not going to be, I think, as
Honestly,
inclined to go into that
Zephyr
same
Slam,
position. If he's the
Ground
solo
Sword.
Kale player, sure, great. We're going to see him do that. Kale has had some fantastic success yesterday and a lot of success today.
Silver
as well.
Spoils? Doesn't Silver Spoils actually have good
Wins,
stats?
across the board. It is
Does.
only a silver tier augment, but that's really,
This
really
should be less
for
good
the Lee Sin.
on this
Honestly,
galaxy.
picked up for Milk, but for Kurum, let's see.
Also, when I have a bad
Yeah,
opener, it's less
consistency
good.
Offered late in Forge might just end up being the pick because Kurum
Yep.
doesn't have an easy consistency unless he wanted to go for the loss streak. Kurum
I mean, this
in
is
the
bad.
lead, 37 points. Vanilla is next with 35. So Kurum, the first or second place, can lock this in. He can be in control of his own destiny here. Find the win here in the Freljord Cup. See what direction Kurum ends up deciding to go, but at least for the start of this game, he's just going to make Econ play 3 units.
Actually,
We'll see
I'm not trying to
where that
contest
heads
this
from
guy.
there, but Milk, yeah, on a roll.
In
Immediately
Forge,
has
ZIE.
Tristanas.
Hang around
To
chain.
start here. don't know
I think
if
his
he'll
spot's
commit to
better.
Tristana or if he still wants to go.
I was gonna make 10 here, but honestly,
I mean, it depends on the roles.
playing contested Zed for my spot's probably buff 4, so
which is a pretty big,
I think I just
reason to
don't make 10 and try to play
dissuade somebody from
strongest.
going Kale. Of course, he's gonna be going on a loss streak, have Carousel priority. He can go a bow. You really only need one Rage Blade on Kale. We've seen multiple builds that only feature one Rage Blade and still do rather well. Robin Songs looks like might have been the player to type Z/Defen in the chat, i.e. Slam. Gonna probably scare other players off of that, like Kurum. DQA, however, oh, I love this. DQA is in a spot
Some
for
BT.
Kale as well. There's the 2 Kled shop as well to make Kled 2, but I don't actually think DQA wants to do that because not only is it gonna maybe mean he wins the round, but it's also gonna grief him making 30
Yeah,
in
win
the
this
next
round.
And yeah, Kurum is pushing levels. I mean, still has the Zed though, hasn't slammed any items.
Kurum pushed a 5 on 2.
Low-key, I can pivot into Noxus here.
Of course, running
I have BT belt,
need that.
BT
but
Darius.
Still, just in case.
Is anyone playing it?
They're strong
I actually don't think
players.
anyone's playing it.
Yeah, I mean. The
Oh,
Kale
yeah, I
units
think I'm
are
Darius.
contested though, right? Milk, even if he does play Tristana,
Probably slam
he does
BT.
play Poppy and Maokai, it's gonna make it a lot harder for these players to hit this composition early on. And we
Yeah.
saw on Scuttle how quick you have to hit Kale for it to actually work. Most of the Kale players hitting on 3-1 or at least very early stage 3, being able to level up quickly is so important because the lobby tempo will start to go so quickly with all the extra resources.
Definitely. And before we get too far in the game, I wanted to, just remind
Robin's
everybody
committed.
that even though everyone's going to be, in this final game, the scores that there's a 6-point gap, right, between Kurum and Milk being, first and 8th coming into this final lobby. Even if a player like Milk or Robin goes first, there's a good chance that they don't win overall in the event. But, you know, that might be a bit unfortunate, but that's the 6 games leading up to this. There is still a lot of money on the line. There is still a lot of qualifier points on the line as well. But just to, you know, kind of set the stakes here for everybody, might be aiming for a lobby win to get as far as they can, but it might just be a player like Kurum, you know, clinching out a top 4 or a top 3 to be able to secure the win overall in the event.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, top 4 is still super important in this, right? Be able to get that day 3 for the Shurima Cup as well. That's a big reward for that. So certainly they're going to be looking to try and...
I think my spot's hella good for Darius.
Especially, you know, players like Robin and Milk who are towards the bottom of the scores. 31.
This belt item though is so fucking
just,
hard to use.
You know, looking to get into that top 4 with a good placement. Whereas Vanilla, Kurum, DQA,
I don't really want
fighting for
Sunfire.
that first place. Dish Soap can even get there.
That's right, Guardbreaker.
Very solid place.
If Guardbreaker BT
Yeah,
Cho'Gath.
Dish Soap took 2
Ain't no way, bro.
uncharacteristic 8th places in the kind of latter half.
could
of
greet
day.
the
Started off super
bottom.
strong, 1-2-1.
But if it looks like it's gonna do something, I'm gonna make it.
Could, yeah, take those 8th and still be fine. But now that we've reached the final lobby, he's 4 points behind. Not really where we expected to see Dish Soap. And you know, again, on Scuttle as well, one that he's obviously going to be comfortable on, but one that he doesn't necessarily want to play on in terms of the portal. I am Jack, going to be 100 HP. Finding a Callistus for a little bit of extra power in the early game. No item slams, though. It's interesting that he's able to win streak this far. Might decide to slam something like an Ionic Spark, if he wants to consider that. Is playing everything in the back row to get use out of that, you know, unified. Because you don't have, you know, 2 rows of 3 units quite yet in this early game. Kurum slamming a BT and a guard breaker to try to win the round 2. This could be, you know, huge implications. The player who can carry their streak forward.
Yeah, I mean, it's 2 of the 100 streakers, and we see Jack immediately slam the spark when he saw it was Kurum.
Oh, this set is too
that
fucking
blood
strong with
pressure.
Ionia, man.
Sword on Zed from Jack. He knows he's just got to get as much power on.
Mount
Zed
up!
as he
Got the
can.
mount.
But Kled getting the remount might have made all the difference here. Finally goes down. But
Oh, this is
that
a close
Callista
fight.
getting
I
hit
think I won though.
immediately by the
Nice.
Samira will fall.
Big win. Huge
Jack
win.
gonna lose the round, and Kurum going to keep this streak in the final game here.
Yeah,
Guardbreaker diff.
that's a big deal as well, because you couldn't make Econ without selling a valuable pair. Ends up selling the Zed at the end there, and now it's going to be Dish Soap versus Kurum, the potential win streakers. And these items, right, it's like, oh, unless you see a random, like, the boss set, he's not gonna be carrying these items usually. It is literally just for this early game
2
power.
Warwicks, and then I
That's
can
exactly
Guardbreaker
what you
cap,
need
but
to
then I still
do.
have nowhere to put BT.
DQA,
Kurum?
4 lost streak, same as
Probably
Kurum,
just
same as
set.
Robin.
Kurum has had Noxus in as well, so he's actually getting to stack this up for a good pivot. And these
Sure.
items actually do work on Darius. They're fine. I mean, it's not your preferred, right? You don't usually want the guard breaker, but it's an.
Oh, I rolled a 5 streak.
Kurum
Good
is
shit.
gonna get the free streak
That's
into
4
Kurum's
Noxus stacks.
Final fight here against Robin.
My spot's good.
To stack up this Noxus, and he has a really good natural pivot into it if he does start to find the units.
I thought I would kind of speak it into existence.
Alright, Darius
there.
from Orb,
Trying to
please.
help him out a little bit.
I am.
And there it is.
Darius from Scuttle.
There we go.
Dude.
Two more poppies?
I mean, I think I'm leveling and rolling next turn anyway.
But he's gonna get gold off of this, right? This is the power that Scuttle Puddle is going to give him.
For 6
where
Noxus, 1 Darius, 1
potentially
Swain.
Fully hit. Scuttle Puddle on a roll. Almost has the Kale comp on.
Alright, now 1 Darius.
That's absolutely crazy. The items like, whoa, 2
Lot of gold.
Archons and a Karma, basically 9 gold, yeah, from Milk's spot. A bow, fantastic pickup for the Rage Blade.
Oh, belt is the worst item I could get.
Last Scuttle, just a cloak, which is still a good front line. But I mean, Milk's gonna hit here, like almost surely. It's just a matter of how much gold can he save.
He's got
Hair.
pairs, right? He's got a. Okay, he actually wants to go for the Kled too because he's so close. Everything else.
Yep. Sona can go in over
Listen to the
the
poppy.
Galio. One more.
One more.
Wait,
Just 3 reroll.
Reroll. There
There
it
we
is.
go.
I'm done.
It's 3-1. This is what we talked about on Scuttle Puddle. Hitting 3-1 for Kale is very important. Actually get online, get ready to go, as everyone else's tempo is going to be spiking as well.
Milk did use a lot of gold to do that, but that is okay. As long as he gets to level 6, he can then breathe a little bit, recover. A player
So
last
went
week, I
fucking
would say
6
kind
and
of worried
all-in.
is Robin.
We
I think
won.
Robin's
That's
3-2
huge.
roll down is gonna be pretty indicative
He just
of
knocked
where
his
he
stack
ends
as well.
up. And even though Milk hit everything, is still gonna be losing this round because he's not even level 5. Doesn't have you know, Slayer in yet. Doesn't have a lot of power on the board. But Robin is going to be pre-leveled up to 6, gonna have about 70 gold and another silver augment coming through. Bronze 2
Bad news is there's no
has
belt
some
item
potential, but it's
that
not
does
going to be quite
something
good
except
enough.
not
In fact,
spat.
the healing orbs is pretty good. We talk
I
about
should look up
a
some
mid-game
stats.
Zed,
Cats.
especially one that does not have Hand of Justice quite
Darius
yet.
3.
But Zed 2 does come through. Darius is picked up as well. I really want to set to get the Juggernaut in. Another Zed 2. Whoa! Wait a minute. That's just a
Wow.
Zed 3 with the duplicator.
Yeah, he just hit immediately 3
Fuck.
2 Zed
Taking small
3.
forge here.
Yeah, just
It's
use
not,
it, save
not
the
ideal.
gold. I mean, you don't care about
Definitely
the
not
other
ideal.
3 stars realistically.
You care about a single Katarina, I guess, but that's all you need, and he's still rolling trying to find it.
Yeah, that is actually the big miss here, is not finding a single Katarina on 6 yet. However, the fact that he's got Z3 on 3
I basically didn't get stronger at all, because like I could open up this anvil, take cloak, and build a Zephyr if I want to like use up my build, but I'd rather just finish a carry item off Carousel.
Possible to lose the fight, but I still think that Zed is strong
So I
enough.
basically am down an Augment here.
Kale just
Really looking for like Unified or Jeweled Lotus there,
It looks like
but I think it's too risky to reroll,
yeah, Kale gonna fall to the next
unfortunately.
Not even very close. And just notably, we did get a glance at DQA's board. DQA was the one who was contesting Kale initially. He was out of it. So DQA didn't try and fight with the on a roll Scuttle Puddle Milk Kale game.
Oh, whoa, 4 Ukshans, a Jarvan as well. DQA in a fantastic position this game, even though it's got a little bit low HP, because sacrificing all of stage 2.
Okay,
As soon
now
as stage 3 came around, bam.
it's
this
actually
is
really fucking hard to
such a good
roll
spot.
for like
Even
only
just the
double
gear 2 and
Darius.
4 now as a frontline and a Sunfire holder, you really love to see. There was a +1 Deadeye for 4 Deadeye, and that's one of the variants I think when we were talking about before the tournament even, Cass, that you really liked the 4 Deadeye variant with the Ukshan.
Yeah, I actually like it. I still think Urgot, while so much weaker than he used to be, is still a pretty solid
Lost.
unit at 2-star, especially if you can get a couple of items on him. And I do like playing.
I mean, he has level
that
5
area.
KL, but like
I just think that the extra
his items are
damage
too
provided
good and he has
on the
everything.
backline can help. I feel like a lot of time with this comp, especially on 2-star Ukshan, you'll make the cast happen and things will live on very low HP. So if they've been hit initially by some, 4 Deadeye,
Might have been a fucking built diff on Kled actually.
Runon's proc.
Nice,
So
we still
I
won.
actually like
Level
that
5
very
kill.
when you can get it online easily, and I think +1 Deadeye is kind of the best way to play it.
Yeah, especially from a silver tier augment, right? It's not like you're
Yeah.
using an emblem for a unit that like doesn't really fit well with the emblem.
6 out of 7
You get the
stacks.
+1, you're able to fit the Ashe, the Ukshan, and the Urgot.
That's a roll for Swain 2 diff.
And it's gonna make it that much easier to run that.
But it was
free
also
stream
built
of
Kled diff.
Maybe consider, still re-rolling.
Pretty sure
at
belt's
level
just going
7,
Kled for now on.
Finding the Sedges for the Freljord, whatever. Finding Lissandra 3 as well. As I think he was on 2 Lissandras, so a little bit further away, but still a real possibility, especially on Scuttle. Gotta keep reminding we're on Scuttle Puddle. That's why
Okay,
we're
try to
seeing
open
so many
Hodge
players
here.
hitting
Probably Hodge Cat.
so dang fast. And we'll have maybe some extra items as well to throw on the Lissandra a bit later.
Yeah, for sure. I think that'll be massive for DQA. If you can actually itemize 3-star Lissandra, that's actually one of the ways this comp caps out and goes first. We've seen a big variety of placements from the Ukshan this weekend. We actually saw that his top 4 rate ended up suffering quite a bit as people were contesting the line. But you can also...
Darius 2 guarantees my win streak.
I think the reroll does have the highest caps in DQA, with it being Scuttle, with him having 4 Ukshans on stage 3, has a really good angle to go for that Ukshan 3, try and go for that highest cap.
With Darius pair here, you're supposed to roll. Like, you're definitely supposed to roll here, man.
That was done so.
It's like, you're not even greeting, like,
and in a position.
like, sure, you're greeting 7 odds by not rolling here, but like, dude, 7 odds are not that important. Like, they're really not. Like, I can easily still hit, like, Katarina's at 6. They're really not that important.
Has the champion duplicator, but really wanted to hit the Vel'Koz.
Yeah,
too.
well, I didn't get punished.
Still wins
I also thought about just leveling here for set,
Recon, and in that
but then I got below
spot
30.
is
Like, I lose so much gold.
Yeah, that is going to hurt. DQA has completed that win streak. He's starting to go from there. Vanilla, as you said, wow, okay,
Swain.
there's the hit though.
Okay.
With so many 2 costs out of the pool, able to
32.
find his Swain. Still very early, right? 3-6, hitting Swain at 3.
Yeah,
He's
super
gotten to
early.
go to level 7. He at least already has Sona 2. He's actually got 4 Sonas, so rerolling towards Sona and Vel'Koz shouldn't be too bad for him. He just has to make the econ back, and unfortunately, Swain 3
Yeah.
doesn't necessarily guarantee he's going to win a bunch of fights. It's
Took a
really
lot, but it's
strong
fine.
right now for frontline, but it only has 1 item. Fortunately, that is Ionic Spark, though. I think that is the best item it could have if it was only 1.
Yeah, Kurm was actually in a similar position, stuck on a Darius one, and that's kind of the main carry. So similar position to that Vel'Koz being one. The main difference, however, is that Kurm really wanted to protect the streak going into Wolves, and having a Death's Defiance Darius being able to not get one
Oh
shot.
fuck, can I win?
There's to get multiple casts off.
Shit, he stole his rogue.
Oh, this is the
Damn,
matchup that
fucking
Kurm
something I
was really
lost.
not wanting to run into. I don't think Darius has the damage to get through the Zed, and no, he doesn't. Kurum's streak is snapped, and that means the economy is going to be in shambles.
Yeah, Kurum.
Sorry, my spot's still
not
fine.
able to complete that 10 streak into this.
I just recovered my econ off Scuttle Puddle, and it's fine.
Would have been huge for sure, salvaging that econ, but as you said, it's in shambles. At least he has saved an immense amount of HP, 30 more than the next person, and his board still isn't weak. It's just a matter of can he re-up this econ and find the upgrades that he needs to convert this into a top 4, into the highest placements. He needs to ensure that this is a first place on the day. Remember, a first
Also, I feel
place
laggy, so if the stream's lagging for you guys,
the top 4 might be enough.
I apologize.
Exactly, top 4 might just be enough, and it's such a good spot to, you know, think about just top 4ing. Phoenix, a player towards
It's
the
always
bottom of
GG.
this top 8 really needs to be one that's going for
Like,
first
it's full
place.
cricket.
Is going to be an Azir.
I mean, I get punished by
It
Lotus.
seems like pair of Azirs.
So it's GG Zephyr, and then I'm playing around Rod, and there is no good Rod item, unfortunately.
Zero Lux.
But it's always
zero
GG Zephyr.
Jarvans even, so we gotta make some quick thinking.
I mean, I might get punished by
how
Lotus,
we can
but
really
GG's
get
way
there.
too insane for this
Has to
round.
find a way to put this board together. Fortunately, the Azir items are phenomenal, right? He's got the Ginsu. Once he can actually sell this Malzahar for anything else, he's got some additional good items to put on, especially that Guard Breaker. The Mana Zane's not as great. I'm curious where that ends up wanting to go, because, you know, Lux doesn't really want that item either, so trying to find a good place for that to land. Usually you'd want Ahri, but since Phoenix might be stuck rolling on 7 for a little bit, it does hurt. I wonder if Phoenix ever feels like this is strong enough hitting the Azir 2 if he has a good enough front line, and just tries to go to 8 from
I can recycle Zephyr on Warwick.
best units for this comp.
It might be possible. The front line is, yeah, kind of the biggest worry
I got
at
punished.
the moment.
Honestly,
finds I would say some good items.
yeah,
I
it's
think they
just-
can drop a
what is
lot
it?
in
Just
this
crit
situation
damage?
here. Oh, know your
It's
enemy
pretty
is gonna be
bad.
a huge consideration though. That's just general combat augment that we know we love. It's going to be really, really good. It looks like he's thinking about it a lot, Kaz. Which direction would you lean here? Actually, I'm curious.
Completed item and
I think I'd go know your
components.
enemy. I think especially since you're leaning towards that Lux angle, a lot of time this is the comp that can proc know your enemy the quickest of pretty much any comp. Lux just deletes that first unit, and then you have 25% damage on your Azir for the rest of that fight as he ramps up. So
What
I
rod
just think
item
this
am I
comp
looking
gets so
for
much
here, man?
value from it, though I do think I tend to undervalue items a little bit more than other players, right? Like I tend to lean towards Poro instead of playing Ornn myself. I do think the items certainly could have been good there, especially considering right now you have like 1 additional Azir item, not 2, but instead it's going to just be the Shojin on Azir saying, hey, I just need the power now. And to me, this reads that Phoenix is going
It's probably just Spark
going
Swain.
to put this Mana Zane
And then I
on
just
the
like try to keep
Malzahar,
Swain
try and
safe.
get that extra damage and put everything onto the Azir. I'm going 8 and trying to put in as much power as possible once I can get there.
Yeah. And Azir with Shojin is one of those items that you're like, I'm not super thrilled about slamming. It is okay. It gives the AP. Having more soldiers is, you know, not bad, especially when you get that 3rd proc in, doing all that extra damage. But looking at the rest of the comps here, especially, you know, Dish Soap, that's 3 Jarvans out of the pool. 2 Nasus actually as well, so it's gonna make that composition a lot harder for Phoenix to get online. Dish Soap going for a bit of a reroll, it looks like, is still level 7, 10 gold, but 4 Vel'Kozes, 4 Sonas. There is long distance pals though, which is super good for comps like this. Would have loved to have a Sork element to put on the Sona. Not gonna be that fortunate, not gonna be that high roll. I don't think there's really much way that Dish Up can convert this into a first place, unless he gets really lucky, right? We still could see him econ up and then, you know, luck into a Vel'Koz 3 Sona 3.
Yeah, I mean, there's also the world where Dish just goes 8 in order to play this Ahri and try and play the extra Sork, try and look for more there. But of course, you know, being in this position, it does feel like it's just reroll for the Velcro.
I think most of the time with these augments, I don't win the lobby, especially on Scuttle Puddle. But I think I can get top 2, and top 2 wins the tournament. That's all I care about.
Yeah, taking a loss there, going to 27, certainly hurts quite a bit.
That's a Senna pair. I don't actually know if he took it for the belt, but there was a Senna on the bench for Dish as well as a Ari. Maybe you see some random high roll come through that can save a spot. But yeah, if he had more HP, which oftentimes you look at the board, you're like, oh yeah, that should be winning a lot of matchups. That should be stable. But no.
I have no idea what I even want here.
Accelerated again by the Scuttle Puddle. People hitting really early. So Dish Soap with that typical kind of where that.
I think I need to just level or something.
Really good.
Nah, I have too many Darius to level.
Kron, I want to draw attention to the fact that Kurum lost his streak at the end of stage 3, but he has started win streaking again in stage 4. He's still at 95 HP, and this is incredible for Kurum. He is in the best spot, right, to find the win. He's got a 2-point lead. He has a 40 HP lead over the next person, and his board must still be pretty strong here in stage 4 as he's been able to find these wins.
Oh yeah, the Dust Defiance Darius going to be putting in a lot of work.
Fuck is that Zephyr?
Still rolling it
the
down
worst
to
Zephyr of all
0,
time.
and what does he have for it, right? There's so much gold on this bench, but none of it's on the board. Getting Sona Zephyr as well. It's hard to dodge Zephyr is playing long distance pals. Gonna be going up against Kurum here, who, if that Darius now can get some resets coming through, could close out the fight.
Yeah, it's very close. He might get the... He dodges the
Oh
Sona
my
just barely.
gosh,
He does
what
get the
the
win.
fuck?
And if you look on that
Man.
bench of Kurum, he still had another Darius 2 and an extra Darius. I think he was at 7. Just needs to find 2 more, and he's at 95 HP. He's got so much time.
Dish Soap spots. It looks like he might just be going 9 losses in a row. Kurum, though, as you mentioned, back to the win streak. Making a Sedge 2 to put in, actually rocking it over the 2 Juggernaut that usually you want on the Noxus board, just to make Darius that much more powerful. But a Sedge 2,
I mean, last fight was a
giving
joke
that
diff,
extra
but
HP to the whole board, Bruiser's being a little
that's
bit
just
more
why I ain't doing
tanky,
shit.
especially because the Scion was hit. I actually really like this tech because Kurum is playing tempo to its highest effectiveness. He is so good at this strategy, and he's really, really impressing here.
Yeah, I guess the stage 4 of this 2-star unit is going to
Nice,
be
that's
great.
Zephyr
If you
hits
just
us
get
here.
1 cast off, you get that extra true damage from everything on the board hitting, which is going to be fantastic as well. There's the resets
Solid
coming
free.
through for this Darius, and Kurum still just looking to win out in stage 4. He's lost a single fight this entire game, and just barely. This is fantastic for Kurum. It looks like he is trying to just walk this all the way home to a first place in the Freljord Cup.
Hey, and he's been improving all day long. He started off going 4th, and then 3rd, and then 2nd, and then he 1st in the last game. So if the pattern checks out, Kurum might be going 1st again. I would say, okay, I don't want to make predictions. Never mind. I'm gonna stop myself before I say something stupid and
For you ruin his tournament.
yeah, Kurum, I got you. Don't worry. I'm closing my mouth. Let's look at Melk here, who was the player who hit Kale very early. And his back half of stage 4, however, is a couple of losses and is still kind of far away from going level 9. Milk might be in that awkward situation where you go 8 with Kale, have to roll to find a
These items
more
are
stable
fucking
board,
useless.
like a Gwen 2 or something
Darius
like
2,
that.
don't mind.
As a bunch of items come through.
Okay, I need another carry though.
There's some okay Gwen items.
Like,
oh, he actually had Pandora's.
fuck am I supposed to do with this?
Meanwhile,
Okay, I actually need to play like Kai'Sa or something. Fuck, I've been like skipping Kai'Sa.
Didn't even have to lose a fight
Okay,
before
for
hitting
now
the
maybe
first
I can do
three.
Lux.
Darius 3,
Was it
Death-defying
GG,
Bloodthirster
GS Shojin?
ID, insanely good
44
items
level.
on this unit.
I mean, I need to
There's
put the
just an
unit in play.
excess of damage items on the bench here. He has to find.
No, but
28
I also want to
shots.
do,
He's able to put some AD items on it potentially is the next way to cap this at 8. But Kurum just can. He can.
Like, I
do
also
whatever.
want-
He's got so many options to go from here.
just levels up on 5-1 just to play a Lux as the kind of item holder there, and these are some beautiful items.
I want Juggernaut.
Later, but
That's the problem.
Jeweled Gauntlet, Giant Slayer, Darius is Darius.
Okay, this is just a Heimer waiting room probably.
Huge deal, especially when going up against the Zed, who it lost to a bit earlier, but he's just feeding him mana at this
Oh, no way that doesn't kill, man. No fucking way.
Sure he gets the reset.
I can't believe that doesn't kill.
Kurum has
Fuck.
been stopped in his
The eye
tracks
didn't
for
crit, I
now.
guess.
And especially
No
him
fucking way that
leveling
doesn't
up,
kill.
wasting, I guess in hindsight, wasting a lot of gold. That might put a little dent there. Kurum's not like guaranteed running away with the lobby anymore, even though he's
I mean,
still
this is
in a
Zephyr
fantastic
diff.
spot.
Yeah, it certainly slows him down, right? But the thing is he has the main comp online. He's very close to just, you know, finding big, strong things to put in, right? Aatrox would be a big upgrade. Get the Juggernaut in for the Darius, especially since this Darius is so incredibly tanky. That Death Defiance, I think Darius might be the best holder for that item.
Oh yeah, it 100% feels that way. Milk did level to 8, has a Zephyr. It's not going to lend any priority unit, as Kurum might be sending Milk out in 8th.
Yeah, the Zephyr's not hitting anybody, neither of them, because there was one on the Maokai as well with that TG. And here's the Darius. He doesn't get a reset, which was big, but I don't think it's going to matter. He's still not getting one, and Kale finally is starting to hit him, but here we go. There's the proc of the Edge of Night. There's another reset for the Darius.
Oh.
And actually, the Darius gets beat. Okay, Milk gonna survive a little bit longer. Kurum gonna take another
Nasus can
small
steal
loss, and
stats.
the HP slowly being chipped away.
And I do feel like Juggernaut is like
Maybe
very
not
important
going
here,
to,
but
Dish has fallen to 2 health.
I just have nowhere to put the
A
items.
big loss in that round. Hits a Senate 2 though. That
I don't really want to drop a Sedge 2 either.
For a very,
Also,
very
like, if it
long
wasn't a Nasus 1, like, if it was a Nasus 2, I would just
rewarded
force him onto my board,
his
but
efforts for his loyalty there.
it's a fucking
Milk even
Nasus
having
1.
A little bit of a, okay, I'm just gonna put this tier on Jarvan. Hopefully it'll cast.
Honestly, I could see these items being okay on
If
Sion.
you're really lucky, probably never.
Like,
do
if I
but
do hit, like, an
Milk is
Aatrox
a 3,
or
and
Nasus
one of the matchups
2,
that Milk can run into,
I'd probably just throw
there's
them
a
on
crown
Sion.
The TG Maokai.
No
These
cap.
TG rolls have been so good at providing him just that extra little bit of power, and that's a beautiful shroud.
Yeah, I didn't realize Vanilla already had the Vel'Koz as well, though. This is a terrifying board to run into for Milk. However, he's been able to get through the front line fast. He still has this Radiant Dragon Claw on the Poppy. What a fortunate role in this matchup to be able to take this
Because they
down.
buffed Shojin to give a fuck ton of starting mana, so I think the starting mana on Sion could pop off. And then hopefully with the base stats from Noxus, his autos could actually deal decent damage inside his fucking zombie form.
Milk dodges 8th. Vanilla has dropped very
Challenger's
low.
fat.
And that's one of Kurum's biggest
Is there
threats to
Jug's
going
fat?
first
Nope.
in this tournament. Vanilla
G,
at
sure.
35 points, only 2
Stoneblade,
behind
sure.
Kurum.
Ramble, sure.
Is now looking like they may go down very soon.
Yeah, Kurum just has so much HP difference from playing so aggressively when the rest of the lobby was just clawing at each other's throats, tooth and nail, trying to win any single round. Dish Soap 2 HP, barely won that last round off of, you know, back of that Senna too. Now we get a chance to look at the whole entire board here. It is fully changed up. It's a long distance palace between Gwen and Kaisa. This is that flex.
I'm gonna lose a lot of health if I sit here,
You don't go
so
into a game thinking,
I just send it.
all right, this is the comp that I'm running, but it's the comp that Dish has ended up on. He has some of the most recognition of how do I make my board as strong as it can be, even with not playing these standard spots. Dish Soap, how much farther can he go?
This is the kind of thing I feel we see Dish Soap and Setsuko do more than anyone else, right? This is the, I was playing something, it wasn't working, it was contested, let me sell the whole thing and try something new. And being able to turn it into
I'm just gonna do
something that
Shojin
might
for
work
starting
is
mana on the
beautiful
guy.
to see.
Stack Echo for
Line
now.
that Senate 2.
I don't think Rogue is
With
important for
much
Katarina because it
one
bugs out
more
super often, but like at least
fast
Echo can use the
shot.
items.
Dish Soap grabs another placement. Vanilla down. Kurum looking to try and walk home with this as Phoenix goes away as well. Kurum is in the top 5. DQA the most threatening player to him as far as scores go, and DQA has just lost and is at single digits HP.
Yeah, DQA is just 3 points behind Kurum. Kurum, if he top 2s, it's gonna look so good. I think it's almost
Just a top 2 in dip angle. My augments and my items aren't good enough.
What a tournament run.
I have Shojin
from
Sion.
him. It is
I don't think you're
all
going
but,
first.
you know, clinched
I
down,
have
would think.
all item augments on Scuttle Puddle. That has to be fucking
To get
some kind
invited
of
to the next
like
cup,
record
get that
for
prize money,
Giga
get
Whis.
qualifier points as well, and just so already clawing his way to a 5th.
Scuttle
So
Puddle, all
impressive.
item augments.
DQA
Nice.
and Milk on the chopping
Good
block,
job.
but between Dish Soap and DQA, someone's going out.
Yeah, DQA has done a great job capping this board out. The Juggernaut on that Jarvan makes it so tanky as well. But the Gwen has made it onto the Akshan. There is a very healthy Kaisa
Fine.
still. She gets the
Sion killed
auto,
the turret.
takes him down and gets the cast. It's not quite enough to get through the
Got railed.
Cassandra yet, but the autos are. And just barely
Okay, I mean, Dish Soap is
this is a
dead, I think. LDP. Okay, maybe
in the world would
Robin
have
needs to
been
kill
happy.
Kale, right?
But Dish
Is
Soap
Edge of Night
did.
though?
He is not many players.
No, it is just a.
I mean, I can't even do math. Did I already win?
Making that spot into a 4th. absolutely disgusting. Just showing the mental fortitude.
Okay, I'm looking at chat. Did I already win? Oh wait, can I look at chat?
That tilt just says, nah, I'm gonna play the best.
It's over? Oh, nice.
Even if he doesn't win the lobby, this
Oh, yes.
so dang impressive.
Yeah, and we saw Kurum actually took a loss, losing a lot of HP this time, but still feels like 57.
Bro, okay, you guys cannot fucking send it, by the way, just because I won.
But it's gonna be hard for people to stop Kurum from getting that top 2, and it looks like that was a
Like, that is not a fucking excuse for you to just fucking send it down my chat, by the way.
He looks like it is
Like,
just
it's really
a matter of
fucking
time
not.
He 100% locks this in as a victory if he hasn't already.
Different
Kurum versus
matchups
Dish.
here.
Oh, feels good, feels good.
Here he goes.
I mean, bro, winning these cups gives so many fucking qualifier points. I can basically go dead last next cup and still fucking make regionals.
Very quick.
But like, obviously, I'm not gonna go dead last next cup.
Onto the Kai'Sa.
Also, I think you win like 2K or something, which is pretty fucking good, honestly. Like, 2K is a lot of money. We take those.
Dish goes down.
Not fucking bad.
On the other side of this fight as well, so Milk has fallen. And it is just Kurum versus Robin, but congratulations, Kurumx.
I mean, it's just a fucking preview, man. It's just a fucking preview.
Is it the top 2 Kurumx?
Like, you guys know NA is the strongest region in the world.
Single time today.
And we have another world slot
Better,
this year.
better. And it's going to
Like,
be around
it's actually too fucking easy to make worlds. Like, it's actually too fucking easy to make worlds.
so set resist.
Like, it's just a preview, man.
Just staying consistent TFT and
Like, you're gonna see this shit at worlds.
hands 1, 2, and while Robin might not be
Like,
clicking,
they're actually making it too fucking easy.
still showing up when he needs to. There's gonna be a couple more.
Yo, Vintage, thank you so much for the fucking gifted sub. And for Diavolo, thanks so much for the gifted 5 gifted, and subbing yourself as well. Appreciate it, bro. Thank you.
Robin has been one of those players that has given Kurum a couple of losses. And once again, it
Yeah,
looks
the
like this Zed is doing enough. Having the Slayer Katarina, and in fact the Giant Slayer, still gonna be provided.
Bro, please stop sending fucking hydras, by the way. Also, okay, this guy has to go in, right?
Board with all this HP.
Am I allowed to say congrats now?
Okay, yeah, you can say congrats now. But dude, you can't say congrats to someone like before they win. Like, isn't it a jinx or no?
You know that, like, did it jinx you?
Okay, no, it didn't jinx you.
Oh, so actually it gave you good luck, didn't it?
Okay, good luck.
So
Okay.
your whole, you know, your whole stream and my stream heard you be mean to me?
You're being so sassy.
Wouldn't you be sassy? You yelled at me
Okay, my
for
bad.
saying congratulations, and then, you have the nerve to say it could jinx you, and then you fucking win. You're welcome.
Wait, can you make me a sam? Or can you make
What
me?
the fuck did you say?
Or not a sam?
Oh, hold on. After all that, did you say, can you make me a sandwich?
Or no, like
Is that what you did come out of your fucking mouth?
no. I'll make it after. I'll make it.
Order food.
All right, I'll just order food. It's all good.
Oh.
Yo, Tavarin, dude, Tavarin, thank you so much for 10 gifted, man. I appreciate it. Bro, thank you so much for the gifted. I really appreciate that, bro.
So much extra damage.
Oh, by the way, can I fucking FF? Like, look at my augments. Like, just look at my items. Like,
Massive.
it looks like a fucking.
Robin being on level 9 is.
It looks like a fucking toddler. Like, just went in and fucking clicked the left side augment every single time.
Z variant, the most kind of capped.
Latent forge, small forge, job well done, bro. There's just no way.
World where Echo lived for a very long time, and that extra AP for Arcane.
Okay, is it over fucking Sedge, by the way? Like, it fucking is, right? Like, it is. But then who do I TG? Like, honestly, it's TG Clit. Yeah. I mean, yeah. I mean, I'll try to win. Like, low-key, I can win. Like, low?
I do think that DR is actually quite relevant in this spot. Will it make
Like, I'm pretty sure I can actually win. He's level 9? Oh, fuck. Wait, he has Scion 2, Gwen 2. Oh, he doesn't have Ori 2 yet.
Is going to provide that first one. He does get a second.
Okay, I'm pretty sure I won this fight, right?
This is kind of how we saw that last fight go.
Okay, I fucking destroyed him. Alright, I can win this game. It's free as fuck.
Dunk doesn't quite kill. Gwen's still snipping through, but she's not going to be able to do enough this time. Darius takes her down, and that will be a fight win for Kurum.
Wow.
Still incredibly close. I think Jug could be the difference, but that felt more like positioning where the Darius was hitting, because as soon as the Zed was gone, he got on the Gwen.
And that means that Kurum cannot
Where's
have
your
to
lowest
level up
turn?
to
I'll
9
just
this
over
round
Jordan.
and actually wait one more if he loses. It goes into stage 7, go to level 9 with a comfortable amount of gold to perhaps hit some of these legendary unit upgrades like the Aatrox, like the Scion, and can fit another one in as well, right? Can fit something like a Senna, maybe a Heimer as well, and that could be a huge difference in the fight. Robin is already 9. There's not much more he can do to this board outside of, you know, maybe upgrading Aatrox at this point.
I actually think the biggest cap for Kurum, it's not even to upgrade Scion or the Aatrox. It is
I
to
suffered a
find
KO
Heimer
1.
and get online the
not
shrink
good.
with the
I mean, I have a
Swarm.
good
I think
shroud.
that is the biggest way he can improve this board. And we'll see if he can get there. The initial dunk does not reset this time. He does get it on the second, but he does not get to keep going. And we've seen this before.
My Katarina ult is getting 0 value there.
Robin, not even close because the
Oh,
initial
fuck
rush
it!
didn't
Oh,
come
fuck, okay.
through.
Honestly, winnable though,
Katarina
winnable.
salvaged some
I can
HP
level for,
on this, but not
Jarvan.
able to kill a ton of units.
I don't think I have enough money to like level and play fucking triple dinger.
It is just down to this final fight, but Kurum was able to stay alive.
I mean, that was like this fight is actually just position diff. I'm pretty sure like on
On
average I can win like
okay,
his board is definitely stronger than mine, but like if I can somehow like either Zephyr, the Ahri, or proc Rogue instantly on the Zed, and then like immune the Scion ult, maybe. Like it depends on how much value my Katarina gets.
These Zephyrs potentially. But first we see Kurum going to 9, finding a pair of Sennas. Not too much more comes through, however.
Shroud is still
Can't play
Kurum.
Heimer. Just decides to go Jarvan.
Bro,
Doesn't
I got
actually
too much
get
fucking frontline.
any
What the
2
fuck
stars,
is this?
Doesn't find
Alright, swing
Heimer.
back row.
Didn't really have a great amount of gold unless he naturaled the Heimer into rolling down into those shops. Would have been kind of the best case, but not able to get there. However, Shroud is an option.
Yeah.
Could improve this situation.
These two players have given it their all, but this is the final round of the Freljord Cup. Cast, take it away.
The final fight, we have to watch
Katarina?
this, Darius. Look for the first reset.
Katarina?
He does
Fuck
not
rogue.
get it. It goes
It's a
onto the
little too late,
Zed.
though.
The second cast also
Son,
does
missed
not
the fucking
reset, and
Zed.
this should do it for Robin, but we
Oh
do see
my
Zed
God, it's so
almost
fucking
fall
close,
down. He's
man.
up to like
Fuck.
1 HP there, but gets
Alright,
the regen.
GG's.
And once again, it comes down to 10 Darius reset off
Dude,
the bat.
also,
He
is our
does
study group
not.
fucking goated?
Robin
Like,
grabs
didn't
the
we all go,
first
like,
in the
fucking-
final game, which should help
like,
his
what, top
placements
4 or
quite a
something?
bit. But Kurumx
Alright, I
has
should
won
probably
the
put some
Freljord
fucking
Cup.
clothes on for the
Kurum
winners interview.
continues to be such a
wanna go on cam
consistent
fucking
beast
naked.
in North American TFT.
Rowan,
Okay,
you
you guys can
said
watch
it in
me
the
broadcast
cast.
while I fucking
He
sort
is
this.
too set resistant. He is too dang consistent. You were spitting some bars there. And Kurumx actually did it. This man really did kind of come out of the woodwork. It felt like he was quiet all day, sneaking in with the fourths, the thirds, and then when push came to shove, he pushed in with the top 1, the top 2 in the final lobby, won the tournament, and in doing so has put him in the exclusive club alongside Spicy Appies, Robin, and Kyvix as being the only players to win 2 major events. We're not talking about qualifiers either. We're talking about major cups in TFT, an incredibly exclusive club cast. I think it definitely should be something that Kurum's proud of today.
I mean, it really should, right? TFT is a strategy game. Strategy games are very difficult to have consistent top tier results, right? We can see the same players all the time in top 32, top 64, which in itself is so impressive. But to cap out and win multiple events is such a difficult feat to do. And big congratulations to Kurum for pulling it off here, getting his second here at the Freljord Cup.
All right, the final scoreboard is ready. Let's take a look as we do this little victory lap for Kurum. We can see how he won and a 4-point gap. And Crone, the thing that stands out to me is that's a 4-point gap with no
That's a
bonus
fucking gap.
points.
Yeah, that's
my
absolutely
God.
crazy. Just look at Kurum's scores.
Wait, is that
today.
1, 2,
He
3, 4?
Did not bot for a
do we
single
not-
time.
Dude, okay,
He just kept
like,
getting better
dude,
as
do we not
the
have
day
the
went
best
on.
study group in
Absolutely
NA? Holy
crazy,
fuck,
crazy
what's up,
play.
1, 2, 3,
No
4?
one else had just even close, right? That 4-point gap speaks for itself. But taking a look at the
dude,
rest of the top 4, Kurum,
1, 2, 3,
Robin,
4.
Dishsoap,
Okay,
DQA,
I'll check my
all
DMs. Fuck.
staple names North American TFT. And NA players are too dang consistent, man. They're so good.
I'm good for interview.
Let's not pretend that just because you place at the top, we
Like,
look
I
at
literally
this
put a shirt
graphic,
on
you
for
see
you,
Phoenix
because
on,
I put
I'm
a shirt on
Jack
for you.
cast at the bottom here, but let's not pretend like this isn't a moment to celebrate, because all top 8 of
Also,
these
I've got a
players
haircut
do
like 4 months,
qualify
don't worry about it.
for
Just
for
saying.
the second weekend of the
Just saying,
Shurima
don't worry
Cup,
about it.
with the
All
top
good.
4 getting an automatic spot
Like, you
in the
guys all
mid-set
watch Shurima,
finale.
right? Like, you're
Oh,
confused.
that's what. Yeah, I said that wrong in the middle of the game, but that is amazing, right? You get this big you get this big reward for making that top 8, but also
congrats,
even
thank
just
you.
thinking about it, you're top 8 out of 160 players that were making it to this stage of the
Shout out
competition.
your
That is
study group?
incredibly
Oh, I mean, I will.
impressive
We went
in
1, 2, 3, 4.
itself. And
Like,
they
dude,
should be
so
very
you-
proud
okay,
of
I
their
was-
performances
I
here
wasn't gonna
today,
make it, like,
and
a study group
continue to
versus
see
study
how
group
they.
thing.
I'm excited to see how like
But
Jack
then
and Phoenix and some vanilla,
this
some
fucking
of these
guy
players that I wasn't as
just
familiar with,
fucking-
do for the rest of the set.
What did he tweet?
Yeah, and I
What did
think
he
it's
fucking
important to
tweet?
also note, you know, we've
He, like,
talked
tweeted
about this
some
idea
ego
of
shit about
consistency in
study
TFT, and
groups?
it's
Nah, bro.
there's something so poetic about the tournament
there's no
ending
way.
with
Now-
none
now-
other
now
than
it's fucking us
Kurumx
versus
and
them.
Robin
Dude, now
Song
it's fucking
in the
us versus
final two. I mean,
It's
these
fucking
two
us versus them.
really are the
Except Paul didn't
trademark
set you up? Oh,
consistent
okay.
players in TFT. Set and set again. You
Hello?
can throw any new set mechanic at them, any
Hello?
new traits, units, things we want to change about TFT.
Oh, fuck.
There is one staple in TFT, and that's that
That's
Kurumx
a positive.
and Robin
What's
Songs
up?
will always find their
What did I
way
do?
on top. Now, we are going to have an interview with Kurumx in just a little bit. Cass, Crow, and you're going to be with me there in just a little bit, so don't go
Hello?
anywhere. We'll be back in just a couple minutes with an interview with
Wait, I don't even know
Kurumx.
if they can hear you.
Okay, 10 seconds to your beautiful hands and faces for our interview. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
All right, we are back with the winner. It's the man himself. It's Kurumx. It's the man who gapped the field, didn't even need the bonus points. Now, Kurum, we've got you for a couple minutes, so I wanted to talk first about, you know, kind of the previous sets. You've always been this really consistent player, but interestingly enough, Set 8 was kind of the first time that we didn't actually see you in a final lobby, and then you kind of come out, you know, balls to the wall on the first event of Set 9. Can you talk a little bit about how you feel about your form today than you have in the last set?
Okay, yeah, sure. Okay, so like set 8, basically like I started out with a dead last, and like I never want to feel that feeling ever again. So like in a way, like it was actually kind of good that I went dead last because like it motivated me to like try harder in like later tournaments. But then so like even after going dead last, I still made regionals. And like honestly, I was really dominant on ladder like all of set 8, but like I was really like not satisfied with my tourney performance at all, like throughout the entire fucking, and then not making final day regionals also made me sad because regionals is like the only fucking tournament that fucking matters. So like my entire goal in TFT, the only thing I give a shit about is winning worlds. And like to win worlds, you have to make it to worlds, and I did not make it to worlds. So like this set, I'm good. I'm just gonna try my fucking ass off to I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I'm just gonna try my best. I'm just gonna try my absolute best to make it to worlds.
Oh god, that is still the best mentality to have though, Kurum. Like losing that first tournament, I think did light a fire under you. Like we saw it throughout the rest of set 8. We see it here now. I want to transition a little bit because this tournament was kind of unique in the sense that we had a C patch just a few days before you come in and compete. Now, I know that you're playing TFT full time. I know you do have the time to prep for it, but did you feel confident coming in with your prep? Because it did change the meta significantly.
Okay, so after C patch, I played 6 games. I went 6, 7, 8, 8, 7, 7. I lost 350 LP in about 3 hours. So I mean, after that, I basically like flaked my stream. Like I barely streamed, and like all I did was like watch people. Like I didn't play that many games, but I watched like infinite VODs. I studied infinite stats, and I did play some games. Like I played like I think like 10 more games, and I felt really confident like in all 10 of those games that I played. And then I played like warm-ups every day before the tournament that we just played, and I felt really confident in those games as well. So like going into the tourney, I think I had like a really like solid like read on the meta. But like right after the patch, like dude, like it changed everything. Like all these comps, I've never played them a single time in my life. I've just been playing forecast the entire set. Like I've never played any of these comps before. So like, yeah,
That grinding paid off.
It was pretty like I was kind of sketched out just because like I've never lost LP that fast before in my life. Like 8-7, 7-6, whatever. Like I had 7.2. The tracker said 7.2. It said 7.2, and there were like 7 games on it. It said 7.2. So, yeah. But yeah, I was kind, you know, but that kind of like lit a fire in me too to like get better. And you know, going into Don't Talk If You Don't Know, you know, the power rankings, they ranked me at 6. And you know why they ranked me at 6? Because they have to submit it on Monday. If they had seen what happened after the C patch, I wouldn't even be on the rankings. So like, knowing that, like, I just wanted to like be able to like do my best and like prove everybody wrong. Like, I'm sure like a bunch of people would not have even blinked an eye if I was out on day 1. By the way, like no one would even blink an eye because of my performance post C patch. But I just wanted to do my best and just be satisfied with my performance, especially coming off like, you know, set 8 where like my turn performance weren't like as good, and I just want to get back to like consistency, just get back to like, you know, final lobby regionals, give myself a chance to go to Worlds, give myself a chance to win Worlds. That's all I care about. So
Yep.
That's one of the most serious prep schedules I think like we've ever heard someone talking about. Like you seriously put in the work for this, so well earned.
Yeah, I actually want to ask about now. I know you talked a lot about that prep, but I want to focus on a specific angle of what do you feel like the most valuable preparation for you is? Is it oftentimes jamming a bunch of games? Is it studying a bunch of VODs? Does it just depend on your meta read into how you approach your prep?
Okay, I think jamming games when you have no clue what's going on is completely useless. In TFT, like, how can you know what you're doing wrong if like you don't know what you're doing wrong? Like, I feel like the first thing you have to do is figure out what you're doing wrong. So it's mostly just like self-prep, studying stats, watching VODs. Like, this is like probably the first patch in a long time that I actually watched Soju to learn. Like, Soju was like popping off like post C patch. Like, he was playing really well, like playing different comps every game, and like all these lines that like I've never even played before in my life. Like, I was actually in bed 3 a.m. just like studying Soju VODs, and like I haven't done that. I haven't done that since like set 6 or something. So I was yeah.
And so to clarify, is this not really normal for you, right? To spend this much time studying other players' VODs? I would say generally you have a pretty good grasp on the meta, right? So is this a big change for you?
Say it again. A big change?
Yeah, in
Or
terms of approaching your preparation and studying other players' VODs, like, would you say you study players' VODs more than you usually would?
Oh no, I always study Infinite. Like, honestly,
Okay.
I'm yeah, I always study. Like, when it comes to like a big tournament that has like regionals at stake, worlds at stake, I always like. I mean, I spend like a shit ton of free time. Oh, I spend a lot of free time studying. So
Gotcha.
yeah.
You know, Kurum, at this event, the top 4, you know, if you kind of cut it off there, it's you, Robin, DQA,
Yeah.
and Dish Soap, right? It's like it's a lot of people that everybody knows, but one of the things that's exciting about these like more open events is that we get a lot of new talent, right? And even in the top 8, we saw some of the more up and coming players. We had 5 players debut their first time ever competitive TFT yesterday in day 3 of the Freljord Cup. So honestly, I feel like my question is more like, as someone who at this point is kind of like the godfather of TFT, right? You've been around longer at the top than pretty much anybody else. What advice do you have for some of these newer players who are trying to catch you at the top?
Okay, I'm old. Like, I'm 30 years old, man. Like, I know. I've been here since set 1. I get it. I know. But these new players, I mean, a lot of them are pretty promising. Like, I mean, I don't know if I can think of any names off the top, but I feel like there's like new players, like every set that like I notice like in my games, like Wajan Iverson, like, dude, like no one knew that guy at the start of last set, and now he's like a household name, like he's like everyone knows him as a beast. So like at first, like, I swear, like, Wajan was a meme, and now he's a beast. Like, I feel like NA is always getting better. So, yeah. But I will say that the top 4 for this tournament is our study group: me, Robin, Disho, DQA, Solus, Broccoli. Like, all of us performed pretty well. I think Broccoli went like Broccoli's Solus went 17-18, and then all the rest of us just go 1, 2, 3, 4. So like,
Wow.
I mean, I'm pretty sure we're just the strongest on the server.
As far as on this patch, definitely the strongest on the server with those results, right? Like that, I think nobody can contest that when you've got those results coming through. I want to talk about, I mean, your goals obviously are regionals world, right? Like, these are the big things that you're looking at. You've talked about how there's a lot of, you know, new good players here, and NA's strength has continued to increase. do you still feel like you can take this down? You can get to Worlds and be a strong enough player to make it to that point? Because of course you've just won
absolutely.
Freljord Cup.
Yeah.
You got it. But what do you feel like you need to do to ensure that you can, you know, make it to Worlds, that you can continue to stay
I mean,
at
you
this
can't.
level?
The problem with TFT is you can't ensure it. There's nothing you can do to ensure it. Like, it's too much variance. But the best thing you can do to ensure it is to make regionals every single set, and then study your butt off. Study your butt off, and just play infinite games. Put infinite time into prep work, and prep the right way. You know, don't just spam games when you have no clue what's going on. So I mean, that's what I'm gonna do. I mean, I can basically, after this win, I'm pretty sure I can basically just like mess around for the rest of the set, and I can still make regionals. Obviously, I'm gonna try to win every single tournament, but like I just got so many qualifier points that I'm pretty much guaranteed regionals. And every single set that I've tried, I've made regionals. You know, making Worlds is another story. I only made Worlds once, but I would definitely like to go down as one of the players to make Worlds twice, and hopefully the second player to win the championship for NA. So yeah,
There we go.
those are my goals.
Love to
Yeah.
hear it.
No, definitely. And I think, you know, talking about earlier, you know, that kind of fire was lit under you. Moving forward, I'm going to assume you still feel that kind of same fire, especially already coming out of, you know, Freljord Cup with the win to start the set. Do you think, you know, you're going to carry that same amount of passion, same amount of momentum, same amount of drive moving forward throughout the rest of the set and then hopefully into Worlds?
Oh, I mean, absolutely. Like, TFT is like my job, but it's also, you know, something I'm really passionate about, and it's like what I do. Like, I'm a very competitive person, and TFT is like my competitive game for like the near future. And when it comes to like the game that I'm competitive about, like I put everything I have into being the best in that game. Like, you know, in the past it was League before TFT came out, and now like since TFT came out, it's just always like just putting everything I have into TFT. So.
All right, well, Kurum, with your win today, you actually, we talked about it before on the show, you are now in a very exclusive club of people who have actually won multiple TFT events. We talked about the variance of this game, so congratulations on that. We're very, very excited to see you work your flipping butt off and win Worlds for North America. But Kurum, we're going to let you go. Thank you so much for joining us on this interview, and congratulations again on the win.
Okay, bye-bye. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Good luck. Yeah.
Okay, I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Congratulations.
I'm sorry. I was still in streamer mode. My bad.
We've said it a million times. 160 players came in. One man.
Okay, I don't think she was happy with me. Oh fuck! I do not think she was happy with me. Like, okay, did you guys hear the part where she was like, "Please stop cursing"? Like in the middle. Like, dude. Okay, fuck. My bad. Holy shit. Alright. GG's, guys. Yeah, thanks so much for the subs and the follows today. Much love. I appreciate it. I'm not gonna play more solo queue. I'm out of here. Oh, I can get on cam at least. Wait, is my cam not on? Oh yeah, I fucking disabled it. Alright. Thanks guys for coming. Alright, GG's boys. See you guys later. Have a good night. Bye bye.